Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today's video is going to be consisting of our experience with starting our garden for the first time. This is our first home, and the backyard, there's no trees, no flowers, no plants in our yard at all. So we are starting from zero, and Andrew was digging out the grass to plant some snapdragons that I found at one of the local areas here that has gorgeous plants and flowers. And unfortunately we have really bad soil, so Andrew's kind of showing this was after a storm. We had some worms and stuff, and we are just kind of prepping to plant the snapdragons. But unfortunately I think that we bought them a little too tall. I got to have a picture, but then we had a crazy windstorm and they got super sad. So I actually decided to give them to my mom because she's very experienced with gardening. So she's taking care of them for now, and then eventually I'll have them next year. And then we found this beautiful Japanese blossom tree, flowering tree, and Andrew planted it in the backyard. But then it was doing okay in the backyard, and actually the flowers bloomed. There was beautiful pink flowers that bloomed, but then it started to kind of look like it was dying, and I called my mom and she ended up coming over, and we dug up the tree and noticed that underneath it was just a puddle of water because we have such bad soil that I think we just planted it wrong. We, instead of replacing the soil, we just kind of did whatever, and my mom thankfully came and we dug up the tree and planted it in a better area because we have really swampy backyard. It's just, we need to work on it, but this is the water it was in, unfortunately. So we planted it in another area and we're hoping it thrives. The leaves have fallen off. I see a lot of the branches, there's some green parts that are growing in new little sprouts, and I'm hoping that it thrives, and eventually I want to kind of expand this area and make it a big area for a garden, but the birds are enjoying this for now. Before we realized just how bad our soil is, it's pretty much clay soil, so it's not well draining. We purchased 2 boxwood bushes, this beautiful willow, and then I think I got 4 catmints altogether because they're deer resistant and we have a lot of deer. I had them in the sun for quite a long time, and then my mom came and helped me to plant this willow, and then I added the flowers underneath. These are annuals, and the boxwood bushes, and then this one plant here, this is actually a Canterbury bell flower plant, and the first year they grow the leaves and then they grow the flowers, and then I added some decor pieces like the fairy house and everything, but I really enjoyed doing this. And then so ChatGPT actually gave me this picture after I asked it to kind of draw a mock-up of what the backyard could look like, and I thought they did a really good job. I want to have something similar, maybe less of the similar flowers, but I do eventually want an arch with roses or something else growing on either side of it, but we'll see. We have to figure out the swamp area and all of that good stuff. My mom's neighbor actually offered this beautiful bird bath top that she had and she wasn't using. She knows I really love butterflies, so she actually gave this to me, which I thought was really sweet. We don't really have a bird bath in front of our house, but we had a compass there, and my dad removed the top part, but he has to kind of drill down the sides so that this top part will fit on top of it to become a little bird bath. We planted a crabapple tree in the front, and it's a flowering tree. I think it has white flowers. We still haven't seen the flowers, but hoping that next year we can kind of build a little garden up there and have this bird bath with some bird feeder and just for the birds to enjoy. Last fall, I purchased these gorgeous mums. I have never seen anything like it. I love these colors, and I just let them die. And this year I decided to keep the plastic pots that they came in, so I got rid of the dead mums, and then I decided to plant some mini zinnias in each of the mums. It's just an inexpensive way to add some flowers, and I think I'm gonna add these on the front porch so that it just gives it some color. I decided to add potting mix, and then I put about 6 seeds in each of the pots, and I just let them grow, did nothing, just kept watering it and made sure they were out in the sun, and they are huge now. I haven't seen the colors yet, but you'll see in a bit how big they are. I planted the seeds, I think it was end of April, so I think about 2 months, and from then until now you'll see how big they are. But I really enjoyed doing this, and I think I'm going to do this next year to be able to plant in my garden. And it was kind of hard to not be able to plant zinnias this year because I really wanted to have a garden bed with zinnias, and it's already June. I could possibly plant them still, but it takes so long to grow, and it's already end of June. You're supposed to usually plant the seeds in May, June, so we'll see what I end up doing. After about 2 weeks, I started to see them come up, and I was so excited. This is my first experience ever doing something like this, so it's super rewarding when you see what it looks like. And then this is what they're looking like now. I cannot wait until they bloom and I see what colors they are. I will definitely give you an update once that has happened. But these are all my forget-me-nots. I also planted forget-me-nots, but I did put too many seeds in the pots, so they're huge now, and I'm gonna have to divide them up and start to plant them in my garden. But I have to get more soil because I have to replace all the soil like I said before. So it's just a slow process because money doesn't grow on trees, unfortunately. And then I bought these adorable purple flowers. These are annuals, and I decided to put them in this beautiful pot that my mom got for me. And then I had this beautiful purple mushroom I thought looked super cute. And this is our front garden bed that we still have to replace all of this soil, which is going to be really expensive, but we're just doing it very slowly, and once we have our soil we'll dig it up. And if you know me, you know I love bluebirds, and the only time I see bluebirds in my backyard is when I have that suet in that green cage. They love this stuff, and I'm slowly making in my backyard a little wonderland for the animals, and I just love wildlife so much. It's so fun to watch them. But unfortunately we do have groundhogs, so if you guys have any tips to keep them away, because we have a ton of holes in the backyard now, and I've heard bear spray is good, but I also think they're adorable, so I don't know what to do. We also have the occasional turkey that walks by, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions on shrubs or trees or bushes that don't have invasive roots, because we do have a gas line pretty close to the front garden bed, please comment down below your suggestions. And I hope you enjoyed this different video as we begin our garden from zero, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.